If you were to ask me what my favorite video to watch on YouTube is, I would have to say potato harvest videos. They are the most fun to watch. And I don't know what it is about them. I don't know if it's the surprise of what you're gonna get when you dump that bucket or dig in that garden to see what you're gonna get. I don't know what it is, but funny enough, that's one of my most popular videos on my YouTube channel is my potato harvesting video. So this year I'm going to plant my potatoes in pots instead of in my raised beds. But before we get to planting our potatoes, let me show you how I got them ready. As you can see, these seed potatoes are very well chitted already. So I don't even have to put these out to be chitted. They really need to go in the ground. And it is 37 degrees outside today. And it says on the bag that they need to go into soil temperature of at least 45 degrees. Now, this week it's supposed to be warm, but today it is supposed to be cold. So I think I'm going to wait till tomorrow night to plant these in the ground. But these do not need to be chitted, because obviously they have quite extensive chits on all of them. So basically what I'm going to do is put these in the ground in the next couple days, and then they will be ready to go. What I am going to do though is some of these, you can see here, they are starting to grow chits on the bottom. And I mean, there are a lot of chits on these potatoes. And we don't need all of them. So I'm just gonna go and knock off the ones that we don't need. Now I probably don't need all of these potatoes. But I'll find pots for them and they will be fine. Look at this one. That's a lot of plant growth. So we're just gonna pick a side and take off the sprouts we don't need on there. What I basically did is I took the bag that the seed potatoes came in, cut it in half, and I set them on a bag because you don't want any moisture to form on your potatoes. As you can see, these Kennebec whites are also ready to go into the ground. It is time to plant up these potatoes. They have been sitting out of their package for about, I think I took them out beginning of last week. And then we got a snowstorm, so I wasn't able to bring them out here. You can see they have a lot of growth on them already. And I have these pots that are sitting here. These are about 20-gallon pots. And I'm going to grow them in here this year. Now, I do need to amend the soil. And instead of regular fertilizer, I'm going to use some earthworm castings. And then I found this bag of chicken manure because I do not have access to chicken manure. And this is a 323. There we go. So that should be a really good fertilizer for them. I know that potatoes are really heavy feeders, and a lot of people put like blood meal in, like bone and blood meal in with theirs, but I just throw them in the ground and let them go. And I get plenty of potatoes for myself. So let's put these in the soil. First thing I want to do is just mix up the soil, disturb any new little weeds that are starting. You can see the soil is pretty nice in here. And I even have this on my drip irrigation line, which is really nice. I've got a couple, so I won't have to worry about watering them. And I'm going to take some earthworm castings, probably about a cup, and some chicken manure. It says 2.5 tablespoons per plant. Let's just mix it in there. That's good. Now to plant potatoes, I just use a regular old bulb planter. It just works the best. Just make a hole, and I go down about 6 inches. Put a potato in there. And if you look at these potatoes, I knocked the chits off one side, and I only have them on one side, so I'm going to plant it like that. And I put the dirt back on it. I usually put straw on here, and I do that because it holds in the moisture. When you're potting in plants, you have to worry about moisture. Now these are plastic. They do retain a little bit of moisture. They're better than clay, but I do worry about moisture in these pots. I have the irrigation in here. I might have to put another one over here, but let me go get some straw and we'll cover these with straw. There we go. So just a very thin layer of straw. Now as your plants grow, just kind of check them to make sure the potatoes aren't growing up through the soil. And all you have to do is add more straw to them and they will be just fine. So we should be able to harvest these potatoes in July sometime. And that's all it takes to plant potatoes. The last step in planting potatoes is give them a good drink of water. This does two things. It holds down the straw, because it's a windy day out here. And it kind of wakes up the potatoes. Now we're supposed to get rain tomorrow night, so I'm not worried too much about getting these completely soaked through. I'm more concerned about keeping the straw in the pots. Let me go get some more water. The birds are yelling at me because I haven't filled the bird feeders. So they're just gonna have to deal. So that's all there is to planting potatoes. Now whether you plant potatoes in containers or in the ground, in a raised bed, in an earth garden, in a 5-gallon pail, the best part about planting potatoes is harvesting them. So I look forward to making one of my favorite videos to make and to watch, harvesting potatoes. So until next time, thanks so much for watching, and always remember, be it ever so humble, there's no place like home. Bye-bye.